So hello everybody and welcome back to Josh's Magic Plays Games. We are playing the first mission here. We have just completed our first star, which is the bronze star. We are going to be carrying on now and to basically complete the silver star. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. So we're going to replay the dialogue which Nancy said at the end of the last video.
Well, Bernie certainly seems impressed. Did you do his speed camera joke? Every time we get an ostrich. So, now we've made the ostriches' lives a bit better, let's do the same for the keepers, shall we? To make it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut. Keeper huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals, so they should be placed near to the habitats to make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
Okay, so we need to find the highlighted area, which is just here, and we need to build a keeper's hut. So that is in facilities, and we've only got 2 available, so we've got the classic.
You'll need to rotate the keeper hut to get it to connect up to the path.
Or we've got the modern. Okay, so we're going to go with the classic, because it's right by red brick anyway. And you hold Z, and then move the mouse, and that rotates it around. So we're just going to place that nicely in there.
This keeper hut only has space for 1 keeper, but the larger keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time. Oh, but bear in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests. Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness negatively. In case that wasn't clear. Something that all facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power, and that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we?
Right, so transformers, that's for electric, that's in facilities.
Now, the reason everything has gone blue is because you're using the power heat map. This map allows you to see what is and what isn't powered in your zoo. So once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off.
So yeah, down here, bottom left is where you can turn it off, but you can double tap H. That makes you see a little bit better because it removes the map.
Lovely work. Now the keepers can start using the hut to prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the ostriches and hippos. Let's get on to your next objective then. Bengal tigers. We want to adopt some, but I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out. It's not too far away.
Just over here, okay?
Righty, your next job is to build a habitat from scratch. And concrete and glass, I expect. So go ahead and build it. Just make sure that the habitat includes that big hole we've dug. Oh, and don't forget to add a habitat gate to the barrier.
Right, so barriers. We are gonna...
And make sure the guests will be able to see the tigers.
Okay, Nancy, thank you. Right, so... we do need to make it a bit higher, because I know for a fact they can jump over a 2-meter fence. So we're going to make that... I'm going to make it 6 meters. Nearly. Oh, 6.2 meters. That'll be fine. And we're just going to follow it round, I guess. So that is the staff side. We just need to increase the length slightly. So we'll make that up to... yeah, that'll be fine. And then we are going to add some windows as we go. Do we have one-way glass? We do. Is that our side or their side? Right, that was right. There we go. So we're going to place that going across here. I'm going to do the same down here as well. And we're going to make that go a little bit smaller again, so 8. And then we're going to get rid of the glass this time. Right, and we can't curve it, so it's just going to have to go round here. go. Now select all these because the one-way glass is the wrong way around, so we're just going to turn that around. There we go. So now we can see it in, but they can't see out. Right, now we need to add a barrier. So the keeper hut's, no, not a barrier, a gate. So the keeper hut's there. So we're just going to place it this side over
now
here.
Now the habitat is in place, don't forget to put down a donation box near to your viewing areas. We need every dollar we can get. Especially as these tigers aren't exactly eating instant noodles for lunch.
So back down to the facilities, donation boxes.
Okay, that's the habitat boundary
and they just
complete,
want one.
the habitat gate's in place, and most importantly, the tigers won't be able to jump out of it anymore. I think it's time we adopted those tigers.
I think it's time as well, Nancy. Right, so animal trading. And they cost quite a bit. Right, we're going to get 2 a day. And we're going to select all and then send them to the zoo.
Whilst our trusty caretakers collect and deliver the tigers, let's take a look at preparing the habitat for their arrival. We'll start with the basics. Add a suitable feeding station for them.
Right, so we're going to go into... Can I get... No, I can't. Okay, right. Feeding station. We're going to get that. And that's going to go right over here in the corner.
This time, instead of adding a water bowl, let's try something different. Some animals need a pool in their habitat so they can go for a swim, but they can also use it to drink from. All you have to do is make sure the banks of the pool have a gentle slope so they can easily get a nice, refreshing drink. There's already a pool excavated, but you still need to fill it with water. You should do that by going into terrain and selecting the water tool.
Okay. And then we're just going to pop that in.
Yes, that'll do nicely. Of course, just like the warthogs and ostriches, these tigers will also need some enrichment. Why don't you add some suitable toy and food enrichment items into their habitat?
Right, so we've got frozen blood pumpkin. We're going to get one of those over there and one of them over this side. And we've got some scratching posts as well. So let's take that. We're going to give it a rotation over there.
Okay, it's really starting to take shape. Now, the tigers will need a shelter in their habitat so they can hide from the guests, or more likely the bad weather. Although given that we're in England, you might want to think of that just as normal weather. Go on, add a shelter to their habitat. You can either build one from various suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
So we're just going to add Nancy's blueprint in. I want to make it so they can't jump out, so we're going to lower it down and move it more into the center. Is that enough? You have to wait for them to come in. Let's have a look at them. Hello. Oh, box. Right, let's have a look at their hard shelter. That is at... Increase hard shelter welfare to 60%. Hard shelter, that's at 79.
Oh,
so
poor Dabs. I'm sure it can't have escaped your attention that the tigers look a bit miffed. That's because they aren't too keen on the type of terrain in their habitat.
Okay.
Select a tiger and bring up its information panel. Rightio, click on the terrain tab. That way you can view the terrain information and see how they feel about the different types of terrain. That'll tell you what the tigers need more of or less of in this habitat.
Okay, so we need less long grass.
Then, open the terrain editing tool, select painting, and give them some more soil.
And some more soil.
Yes, that should help with the habitat part of their welfare.
Right, so we're just going to click on the soil on here. It does open it up itself. And we're just going to put quite a bit more soil around the lake. And we're going to add some soil as well where they would be walking mainly. So around the food, around all the treats. Around here by the bed. I'm going to try and make it look realistic even though it is just a career mode and not a real zoo yet. There, and then a little bit more. round here, and round to there. Right, they do need some more short grass, so we're just gonna splatter some of that in. There we go. Nearly there. We're gonna increase the size up as well.
Right then.
There we
All
go.
animals need plants and trees from their own biome or continent. You know, deserts, savannas, Eurasia, Europe, that sort of thing. It looks like these tigers need a few more plants in their habitat. To get a perfect fit, use plants from the rainforest and temperate biomes that are native to Asia. Although if you have to, you can get away with using just one or the other. The tigers will also want a certain amount of their habitat to be covered by those plants. To find out which plants to use and how many, select a tiger and go to the Environment tab.
Right, so it shows us here
Now,
that...
as you can see, some of the plants currently in the habitat
Nancy,
aren't
stop
quite right for the
interrupting.
tiger, like the wattle bushes. You can remove them if you want.
I was just about to say that. Have you
You
finished?
can find all of the plants you need in the nature section, and you can use the filters to only show the types of plants you want to see. In this case, that's plants from the rainforest or temperate biomes.
You done? Can I carry on? You're not going to interrupt? Right, so, yeah, as I was about to say before, I was so rudely interrupted by Nancy, we do have these 3 that need to be deleted. They aren't matching to the tigers. So how do we delete stuff? We'll click on it. There we go, and we'll press the delete button. So we'll get rid of them, and we'll get rid of that over there. So that's made them a bit happier. They've got everything that they need. So we need to go into nature. Then we're going to filter it. So we need Asia for the continent. And then tropical, temperate, and grassland for the biome. So tropical, temperate, and grassland. So that is everything that we can use for them. So yeah, let's add a few things in to their habitat. So what we're gonna do is just make sure all of these are all right. We don't want to flatten the train. Yeah, I think that's about it. Right, so let's yeah, place some of these in. Oh, I don't want a line to surface, that can come off. Right, yeah, there we go. Right, so we'll place some of these around. I know that need to hide behind stuff as well, just so they don't get too yeah, so they don't get too worried or scared or whatever it is. Add a few trees in. Got some bamboo, so we can rotate that round and then sink that down a bit. What else do we have? We do have a holly tree, so we'll place one of these in the back corner. That's looking nice, and we'll put a hawthorn bush in, so we can sink that down. What else do we have? We've got some bracken, so we'll place the bracken underneath the trees. Blend all that in. And we'll add some round here in the corner. What else do we have? We've got coconut palm. So I'll add one of these just there. What else? We've got elm trees. These are nice and big, and I'm a bit worried that they may climb up them. So we're going to place one of those out of a climbable distance.
They say that good fences make good neighbors. I guess that's doubly true when one of the neighbors is a Bengal tiger. Still, those tigers look so happy that I doubt they'd leave, even if you did poke a hole in their fence. Oh, but for heaven's sake, don't test that theory.
Right, let's head over to the Indian peafowls. I've been told that we need to improve their social welfare.
So we have just completed level 2. Well, no, still level 1, but we've got the silver star. So yeah, that has brought us to the end of the episode. On the next episode, we are going to go for gold and complete this first mission. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye!